Tower, Citabria 5169 X-ray, runway 25 kilo, ready for departure.
Citabria 5169 X-ray, Merrill Tower, roger, landing traffic.
69 X-ray, holding short, runway 25. Yep, there's that. I just love that crane out there, 200 and some odd feet tall, right on the center line. See it out there
yeah,
over the windsock? Boy, what a place. Wow.
Citabria 69 X-ray, runway 25, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 69 X-ray. All right, so we're going to line up and wait while he floats forever.
Oh, he's doing a, no,
he was doing a simulated engine out.
yeah.
So, we're cleared for lining up and wait.
Cessna 07 Victor, you can turn left at Foxtrot and taxi to ACE or UAA. Monitor ground.
Off that Foxtrot, taxi to ACE, monitor ground 07 Victor.
Citabria 69 X-ray, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 25, 69 X-ray. Okay, so heels are off the brakes, toes are on the rudders, engine instruments are looking good. Ease the power forward as I add a little right rudder pressure. Power's up. Again, you can follow me through if you want.
Someone Juliet, understand you want to do the work on taxiway Quebec.
Raise the tail.
Approved on maneuvers on Juliet.
Airspeed's coming up, and you can feel it when it wants to fly. Right about in there, it's wanting to fly. And it flies.
Piper 582, roger.
A little different, huh?
It is. I like it.
About 100 or
I feel like I'm in a little Volkswagen.
South,
Oh, yeah.
1,300.
So I'm going to get you on downwind. I'll let you feel what I'm doing with the controls as we go through this. So here's 60. We're climbing, not real fast, but we're climbing.
Merrill Tower, Cessna 8903 Juliet Alpha, 1 mile north of Point No Name, inbound.
Good, we can turn crosswind about in here to the right.
So it's 893 Juliet Alpha, Merrill Tower, enter right down runway 25.
Now, you really feel what I'm doing with the controls. I'm actually got right rudder and left aileron to make this bank work.
Enter right downwind, runway 25, 3 Juliet Alpha.
Cool. So, there we are on downwind. And we're doing a right downwind departure. So you got the flight control.
I've got the controls.
Good. I'll let you play with the trim if you want to or whatever. And what you're going to find is it's pretty sensitive. So let's make sure we come right just a little bit. See where you're pointed. You're pointed a little left. There we are. And notice everything in this airplane is happening outside, isn't it? There's, you know, looking at instruments, that doesn't give you a whole lot of information.
No, it doesn't.
Because there's no instruments to look at. Good. I like it. Good.
Now, do I need to have my hand maybe on the throttle or something? It just feels like it's not doing anything.
That's okay. You can have it on the throttle. I kind of rest mine along the throttle, so I've got my thumb and finger on it in case I need it. You can come to the right just a little bit. Yeah, to the right. That'd be your other right.
Oh, my other right.
There you go. And what you're going to find is it's pretty sensitive, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Okay, good. That's a good heading right there. That'll get us where we want to be. I'm going to make sure we don't encroach on Elmendorf airspace. Cool.
Man, it's hot up here.
Oh, yeah, it starts, yeah, it does kind of get your foot warm. It'll be better as we get airflow running through the cockpit a little bit.
So we're maintaining at about 70.
Yep, that'll be good. That'll be a nice slow climb for us. And we're going to climb to 2,500 feet. Then we'll bring our power back to about 2,400 for cruising. But you notice that takeoff, that looks different than anything you've seen, right?
Yes, it does. It's all different.
There's a whole different deal. You start off with the tail down, then you go up to where it would look like what a tricycle gear airplane looks like, and then you rotate and it flies off. And it wasn't that much rotation to make it fly. All right. You're discovering that you have feet.
Number 25, clear to land.
You're discovering that you have feet. Go ahead to ALT on the transponder. There you go. Good. Let's come right just a little bit to the right up a few degrees. There we are. Yeah, I'll just let you play as we're climbing out here. You'll get to see just how sensitive it is. I'll tell you, the guys that fly fighters that I do tail wheel endorsements with, you know, the F-15, F-22
Merrill
guys.
Tower, Navy on 2496 Tango.
Yeah, they love this thing.
Runway 25.
Because it feels like a little fighter.
2496 Tango Merrill Tower, your radio is almost broken at times. Runway 25, clear for takeoff on 2BH approved.
96 Tango, copy, clear to take off on 25, altitude deviation approved.
Cool. Yeah, we'll just keep driving on this heading and then we'll eventually just run down the mountains out towards Birchwood. Good.
Might wear some asbestos boots next time.
There you go. Yeah, that's why I warn people. Don't be surprised when that happens. Gives you the hot foot. It'll be better when we pull the power back here in a minute, too. Very cool.
So I'm going to start leveling out after 2400.
Sounds good to me.
Pulling the power back.
Yep. And we'll just cruise along here about 2,400 RPM. Once you get it all kind of stabilized and trimmed up, well, I'll let you lean it out. Save some of that $6 a gallon gas, or $5 a gallon, or however much it's costing today.
And the trim is down here, huh?
Yep. And you'll notice when you're running that trim, because what you're doing is pushing it the direction you're having to pull or push. It's pretty effective.
It seems pretty set right now.
Yeah, it's pretty close, right? So now that you got it close, now I get to play with you, okay?
Okay.
So take your hand, if you run the trim, you're going to do this to yourself.
Okay.
Run the trim forward about 2 inches. That's huge, isn't it?
That is.
Okay, go ahead and trim that out. Now run it back about 2 inches. Again, that's huge.
Man.
Yeah, you can trim that out. Okay, so now that you've run it that far, take a look down and see how small a space that was on the amount of trim you have.
Yeah. No. Pretty substantial.
Pretty substantial. You can trim the daylights out of this thing, and it's very effective. If you get used to that, you're going to wonder why all the airplanes aren't set up that way. Good. I like it.
I'm going to lose a little bit of altitude here.
There you go. Yeah. Yep, you're allowed to play with the airplane a little as we're running through the corridor here, and we'll get to where we play with it a little bit more in a minute. The Bryant Tower is open for another 25 minutes, those guys, but we are outside their airspace, so we're okay. Beautiful day in Alaska?
Indeed it is. Any day flying is a good day.
Pretty much.
So 3 Jet Alpha, exit at Foxtrot, ground.
And I'll let you go ahead and lean the mixture out a little bit. Just standard lean. Just kind of go slowly till you hear or feel it run rough, and then go back in until you recover your RPM. Plus a little ooch.
Right about there?
Yeah, sounds about right. That'll be good. Good, that's saving us some gas.
Okay, I do have feet.
Yep,
Keep forgetting.
Yep, got feet. Feet don't fail me now.
Okay, with that I lost some altitude.
That's okay. You're playing with the airplane. Have fun. Notice, it doesn't take much of a movement or much of a pressure to make this airplane respond.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Trying to establish the horizon with the nose.
There you go.
On what I need to be looking at.
Yep. Good deal. That's why I'm being quiet and letting you play. Notice you can feel it the moment you're not coordinated.
Oh man, you got that right.
Yeah. Sitting on the center line allows you to do that. Now the funny part is, when you're sitting in the back seat, you can feel it even better than you can in the front seat, because you got more moment arm to feel.
Merrill Tower, helicopter 4171, Juliet, taxiway Quebec at Golf. Request.
All right, just for fun, let's go over to 135.55 and get Merrill's AWAS, and then we'll go to Merrill's frequency.
Birchwood Airport, automated weather observation 0037 Zulu weather, wind 260 at 4, visibility more than 10, sky condition ceiling 8,500 overcast, temperature 17 Celsius, 2.6 Celsius, altimeter 2983.
Same thing.
Yep, good enough. We can go to 1230 and we'll listen to Birchwood. Alright, cool stuff. So we're kind of in an area here, although we're over Eagle River, we're not going to do anything exotic or erotic. Go ahead and do a couple of clearing turns, maybe a 90-degree shallow bank turn to the right.
Clearing turn. I'm going to do a 290s. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
Clearing turn.
We'll just make sure there's nobody in this corridor with us. Good job. Just kind of work, look at your coordination. That'll be good. Yeah, it's good enough. We can good? Yeah, we can come back to the right. I'm just interested if there's nobody in the corridor under our nose and that kind of stuff. All right, I like it. So, if you want to play with this thing by doing some S turns as we're going down the corridor here a little, you can do that. All you're doing, all I'm getting you to do here is just get a feel of the airplane. See how your feet, hands are coordinated, and what you should be finding is it doesn't take a lot of movement. It just takes pressure when you're flying.
Right.
Pretty cool.
Boy, it's easy to get out of coordination.
Yep. Yep. If you get into a Cessna after this, you're going to be so coordinated you can't stand it. This will be great, you know. I had a young lady I was flying with the other day. I had gotten her tail wheel endorsement, and she's been flying her and her husband's 180. She's an F-15 pilot, and she flies FedEx MD-11s. She said, unbelievable. After she had done the tail wheel endorsement and flown about 10 hours in her 180 and then went back to flying MD-11s, pilots that don't fly it coordinated bother her.
Is 1,300 feet over Silver Fire Lake, Birchwood traffic.
Said it makes flying the MD-11 even better. So this stuff translates to a lot of things.
Losing some altitude. So Birchwood's right over there, right?
Yep.
We're going to cross over midfield?
Yeah, we'll cross over midfield and go out over the arm.
185 on close over the highway, transitioning east to west over Beach Lake, 1,500 feet.
Okay, good for them. They're below us. I'm happy. Back just a little bit. There you go.
That's my problem.
Yep. Isn't it funny? You can, and it doesn't take much.
No, it
takes
doesn't.
a little pressure, and it all fixes up for you. Yeah, beautiful. Now, on a nice calm day, what you'll find is once you get it in trim, you can actually fly hands off with your hands on the tubes, and your rudders can keep you going straight and coordinated. I've flown for hours like that on nice calm days in one of these things. Most airplanes will kind of do that, but these old mid-30s derivative technology airplanes really do it well.
I like being able to see.
Oh yeah, like I say, I could sell you a Citabria before it's over with. You can see why that would work. You can really see out of it.
Don't think that I haven't already started pricing them.
Good for you. Yep. Believe me.
I've owned a Harley.
Oh, yeah.
I still do.
Still do.
So it's paid for, so I need something else to suck up all my money.
Well, yeah, you know, you got to join the More Money Than Sense Club. You know, that kind of deal. Yeah, as one of my airplane buddies says, you know, having a lot of money in the bank's overrated.
Exactly. I have enough for heat and food and gas,
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
Okay. Start losing some altitude to cross over?
And let's just stay here, because what we're going to do is we're going to do some maneuvers out over here on the other side, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to tell Birchwood that we're going to cross over at 2,500 feet, and do some air work out to the northwest of the field. Birchwood traffic, Citabria 5169 XOA, we're about 3 miles southwest. We're going to cross over 2,500 feet, do some air work to the northwest of the field, Birchwood. Just so they all know. Cool.
Yeah, I like put my hand up here because there's a little breeze.
There you go.
Like,
Cool, y'all. Good job. Yeah, the 7ECA, this is the basic airplane. There's no air vents or anything. I'm going to talk to maintenance and see if they can do the aftermarket air vents on this thing so that next summer they won't be so stinking hot.
well, had I known, I wouldn't have worn 2 shirts.
Oh, I understand. Got it.
This never gets old, man.
Oh, just beautiful. What a gorgeous day, you know. This is one of our instructors who has instructed in the lower 48. Says this is the only place I've ever been where they actually report visibility more than 10 miles. I go, yeah, they actually will tell you. At some of these places, Squinting and those kind of places, they'll tell you when they can see 20 or 30. Because they got marks where they can do that. Cool. Alright, Birchwood's looking good, looking like it normally looks.
So are we going to land on the gravel then?
We'll probably land on the pavement first today. It'll give us a little more room, and I'll probably get a gravel landing or 2 done for you. Alright, maybe we will land on the gravel, but I'll demo a gravel landing the first time. Now that you mention it, we'll see where the wind is, see how easy it is to get there. Good. While we're moving out here, let's just do a couple of clearing turns again, make sure we're the only ones out here.
Clearing turn to the right, 90 degrees.
Okay. Isn't it fun to look out the front and estimate your bank angle and not have to confirm it with an attitude indicator because there's not one? Got the planet for an attitude indicator.
Here this way.
There you go. And if you notice, your coordination's already improving.
I feel it improving.
Yeah.
I can see what you're talking about on the left, or the turning left,
Yeah,
the right stick and left rudder.
Yeah, and you're going to feel more of that when we do a little bit of a steep turn here in a minute, okay? Good, it looks like we're pretty clear around us. Pick a direction that you like and do about somewhere around a 45-degree bank steep turn. Go ahead and run your power up to about 2,500 RPM. Mixture can go all the way in now. We'll let it do that. So power about 2,500. And go ahead and do a steep turn. Your choice of directions, I don't care.
I like left,
Okay,
just because.
Let's go left.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, just estimate your bank angle. Go for it. So we roll it in, and that looks pretty close. A little bit of aft stick, a little more aft stick. There you go. And you notice you're having to put in a little left rudder, you're having to put in a little right aileron, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because that adverse yaw is doing that to you. A little more stick, a little more bank. You're a little shallow on your bank angle.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Looking good. But you can see how it feels. Okay, let's go ahead and roll out. And let's try that to the right. You'll find that you don't feel it quite as much to the right. So let's try it to the right.
Okay, hold on. Let me get all set up here.
Get all settled up. That's good. I'll let you. Okay, a little more bank angle. There you are. Good. And it's there, but not as much, right?
No.
Okay.
It It almost feels more comfortable.
Yeah.
Or easy, or
yeah. A little more back pressure. There you go. Good job. But you'll find when you got a stick, it's actually pretty easy to feel stuff, as opposed to the yoke. It's a little harder to feel things with the yoke, maybe, because this is such a direct link. Good, that's a good hitting. We'll just roll out there. Good job. Now I've got flight controls.
You've got the controls.
Good. So those were pretty good, fairly steep. You know, they were kind of shallow to medium-ish steep banks. But I'm going to do one to the left just so that you can see a real steep picture. About 55 degrees of bank or so, so we look clear. We'll just roll it in, and we'll steepen it up to about right there. Feel where my controls are.
Okay. Sorry, my G-force is getting to me.
Yeah, just a little bit of G, not a big deal.
This is tight, man.
Oh, yeah.
We just whipped right around.
Notice how quickly it came around. We're not going real fast. And it was steep. It comes right around the corner. You got the flight controls.
I've got controls.
Good. But it's complete, you know, it's no big deal. It can be comfortable and coordinated. No sweat. Let's do a little slow flight. So go ahead and put your carb heat on about 1,500. You don't remember carb heat's under your throttle.
Right.
There you go. Okay. And about 1,500 RPM. And we're going to slow down to about 40 knots while you maintain altitude. And when you get to 40, it'll probably take about 1,900, 2,000 RPM to kind of hold us at altitude and airspeed. And the nose will come on up. And as you're going to look, somewhere about right in here is probably a landing attitude, isn't it?
I guess so.
About your taxi attitude. So let's come on up with the nose. A little more up with the nose. A little more. A little more. Now add your power to about 2,000 RPM, and I'll get my carb heat off for you. And let's just fly along here at 40. Notice it wants to turn left. Yeah, there you go. Takes a little right rudder. But look, it controls. You can actually trim it out for this. So go ahead and trim it out. That's carb heat. Oh, welcome to the Citabria. welcome to the Citabria Flyers Club. Go down a little bit further and you'll find the trim. Good job. Notice I picked up on that real quick because I've done that before. Okay, so I bet it's pretty close to trimmed out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm barely holding on to it.
Yeah, so, you know, gee whiz, it works. Let's try a little shallow turn to the left. And just like the other one, what you'll find is it'll probably, now that you got it set up, it'll probably take a little right stick and around the corner we go. How about that? Good, let's come back to the right. Notice it's a real rudder airplane. Use your rudders to make it roll at this speed. Kind of nice. Now you won't be this slow in theory on final and in landings, but these are the kind of control inputs you'll put in if you're that slow. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and roll it out. Good job. And I'll let you recover. So let's go to full power or to 2,500 RPM and let it get back to cruise. Oh. There you go. Back. Let's go to 2,600 to work, and we'll climb a little here.
Get back up to 2,500.
Yep. Good. And just to play while we're doing that, go ahead and give me a left-hand turn while we climb. And you'll find again that adverse yaw is there, and because we're a little slower with a lot of power, you really do notice what you have to do with your stick and rudder once you get it set up in the climb. Good. There was a little updraft. Good. I'll take free lift every time. There's 2,500 RPM. Let's just pull it back, level off. Good. Let's turn over towards Birchwood off of our left wing. So you having any fun yet?
Absolutely.
Good deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a straight ahead power off stall. So we are at 60. So go ahead and put your carburetor heat on. Carb heat on. Good. Let's bring our power back, lower the nose to maintain 60 as we're bringing our power all the way to idle. So this is just like, a little lower on the, a little lower on the nose. We're going to maintain 60. Okay. There we go. So good. Here we are, final approach picture, airspeed. Good.
Way out of coordination here.
That's all right. Go ahead and get it coordinated. Good. So just round out and flare as if we were going to land the airplane. So go ahead and bring the nose up. There's a good round out, and right about there is landing attitude, so just hold the picture there. Just keep the back pressure coming to hold it there. When it stalls, we'll recover. So keep pulling back, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling.
I'm pulling.
Keep pulling. Have patience, grasshopper, keep pulling. And it finally, notice how slow we are. Keep pulling, and there it is. That's all there was. Pretty cool, huh?
Yes.
Very, very, very stable. Okay, good. So since we're this slow and with this much power, bring your power back to about 2,400 RPM and bring the nose up, and I'll tell you when to quit bringing it up, and we're going to do a straight ahead power on stall. So right about there, just hold that picture, and when it stalls, we'll obviously recover. And there's the stall. Oh, notice it don't take very much big movements, you just release the pressure.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, I didn't nosedive us into the mud.
Good job, I'm proud of you. Okay, now I've got flight control.
You've got the controls.
Good. So we're going to bring the power back. We're going to glide at our best glide at about 60. So it's going to be about that picture right there. No big deal. It sets up and does well. I'm going to get the trim back a little. Here we are. So it's pretty much set up for a 65 knot glide, 60 to 65. Now, if I want to lose altitude quicker than that, I can slip, okay? So I'm going to do a slip to the right, left rudder and right aileron. So you do that. Now, you're used to seeing something like this in a Cessna, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, in a Citabria,
Jesus Christ.
you can do this. Okay? You got flight controls.
I've got controls.
I'll let you do one of those. Go ahead and do a slip. Your choice of direction. Left, there you go.
Wait, let me,
go ahead. Go right rudder, left aileron.
Right
Rudder and left aileron. Left, okay, you got left rudder, right aileron. There you go. Good. See how it comes out of the sky?
Yeah.
Good. Go ahead and straighten out of it. Good job. Let's go level flight. We're going to level off here at about 1,100 feet. So you got flight control. Let's go about 2,300. And...
Whoa, hold on a minute.
Okay. Good job. About 2,300 RPM. Let's overfly Birchwood and look at the windstocks. So add a little power, a little more power. There we are. Good job. We'll level it off. Good deal. I like it. And looking at that windstock.
Like it's coming across this way.
Yeah, I'm thinking runway 20 right. Okay, I've got the flight control.
You've got the controls.
Good deal. We'll go out here and enter the pattern. What can I say? I like it. What a great little airplane. What you think?
I dig it.
All right, so we're about at pattern altitude. All of our lights are on. I'll get out here and enter a downwind and demo a 3-point landing. And I think I'll try to do it on the gravel, just because it'll be easier on me, you, and the airplane, in theory. Nobody around. Birchwood traffic, Citabria 5169 X-ray, entering right downwind, 20 left, stop and go, Birchwood. It may be a stop and go, it may be a stop and taxi back, it may be whatever we want it to be. We'll see. Alright, so, turning in kind of at departure and approach end downwind, but that's alright. So there is my runway. What I do for technique-wise, I turn on my carburetor heat.
Birchwood traffic, you want upon in.
Okay.
3 southeast, north along the highway, 1,300 Birchwood.
I go about 1,700 RPM, and I'm looking for about 70 here. Just let it do its thing. Okay, that looks like about the right picture because I won't land on the gravel. Birchwood traffic, Citabria 5169 X-ray, right base, 20 left. Stop and go, Birchwood. Alright, the key to a good landing in theory is a stable approach. So let's try to do one of those. So there's my runway. I'm going to land on the gravels, 2 zeros on the pavement, so we're going trying to land on the gravel. So I'll go past that. Birchwood traffic, 5169 X-ray final, 20 left, Stockfield, Birchwood. Alright, so here we are on final. I'm a little fast. I'll confess, I tend to fly it a little fast on the back seat so I can see better, which is bad on me. That's okay, we'll be taking care of that. On short final, I put my carb heat in off so that I've got full power. Fine technique. Alright,
Birchwood area traffic.
airspeed's looking better.
35 Charlie's taking off from Hilltop. Taking off to the north.
Final. Runway starts getting flatter and fatter. I start my round out.
Traffic,
I go to my landing attitude.
Along the highway,
And I try to roll it on the runway. Oops, that's a little fast. That's why it flew off. Alright, so that was a little fast. We're going to get a taxi back. That kind of looks like something different than a 172 though.
Absolutely. Plus the gravel, it was all different.
Hilltop, you say you were northbound?
Alright.
Were you popping the back wheel back in?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I can get there.
35 Charlie, just
Now I'm going back taxi and then I'll let you have the airplane. Alright.
Alright, traffic departing Hilltop is yellow.
But you notice, I tried not to get any higher than my taxi attitude, my landing attitude.
Right.
Okay? It's okay if you do that a little bit. You'll just put your tail wheel on first. Birchwood traffic, 5169 X-ray, back taxi in, runway 20 left for takeoff. Birchwood traffic.
And where are you from me? I'm to your, about 7 o'clock. Yeah, 7 o'clock. Okay, thanks. Go.
Okay, got a little bit of crosswind out here. That's okay.
So I think I'm a little, I'm not concerned, I'm just an issue with when we start to porpoise and everything.
Yeah.
You were just holding it, you were just maintaining, right?
Right.
About 2.5 east.
That's a matter of feel. Notice it kind of flew off, and I said the reason it did that is because I was a little bit fast. And with the wind kind of a little gusty, that kind of stuff. So it kind of flew us off the runway. Okay, fine. Notice I didn't go pumping around and hunting stuff.
Right.
I got my picture where it was supposed to be and let it settle back down to the ground. That's what you do. All right, so I'm going to turn around and let you take off. And we're going to start on the pavement. Kind of cool.
So I just felt it pop out, right?
Yep, it just popped out. And now we're turning to go right here. And I'm going to let it come back in. Now we're going straight. Good. Now you got the flight controls. I've got the control stuff. I'll be following you through. We got a little bit of a right crosswind, don't we?
Yes, we do.
They're on to the right. Okay, so we'll do that. And we got our carb heat in. We're all set. So let's go fly an airplane. So just ease the power all the way forward. Make sure we're not on any kind of brakes. And go ahead and put the stick all the way forward on that power. All the way up. There we go. Stick forward. Go ahead and push. Go ahead and push. Go ahead and push. There we are. Feel all the...
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa.
Good. That's okay. You're fine. Now just hold what you got. Stick comes back and we go fly.
Jesus.
Good job.
That was a little sketchy.
Yeah, that's okay.
I was flying better.
That was the first one you ever did. That wasn't bad. I was sitting there guarding. You did fine. Good. Let's climb out at 60. Too much fun. Now I'm looking at what the wind's doing. We'll see what it's doing on our next pass. The next one we're going to land on the paved runway. Okay. Just because it's bigger, and that'll give you that concept. We'll climb up here to about 600 or 700 feet. We'll turn crosswind. Yeah. As you're finding, there's a lot going on, but it couldn't be too tough, or I couldn't do it. It's a matter of getting used to it. So yeah, believe me, you're doing okay.
All right. Good to know.
Yeah, you're doing fine. All right. Yeah, good enough. Let's go ahead and turn right crosswind.
Birchwood traffic, Cessna 5936 Bravo, rolling out 20 right, departing to the southwest. Birchwood.
All right, good for him. part about this is on this runway, because it's 4,000 feet long and wider, don't worry about the brakes, because one, they're going to be almost impossible for you to find anyway, and we won't need them. I'll take care of that if we do. And so we're just going to concentrate on landing and rolling out straight. Birchwood traffic, Citabria 5169 X-ray, right downwind 20 right, stop and go Birchwood. Yeah, well, we could have beamed the numbers. I try to not rob it of power too much. Poor old thing. Got the little motor. Okay, so somewhere about right in here, carb heat comes on. So all the way back. At about 15 to 1700 RPM, somewhere in there. That'll work. And look for about 70, which you are. And now we're just flying our picture to the runway, so we're still plenty high. We can look for people on final. There's nobody there that I see, and nobody's talked, so not that that means anything. All right, looks pretty good. So we're going to 20 right, so maybe we're a little fast, no big deal, not really too fast, but maybe a little less power here. We got a little tailwind up here is what's happening. Okay, there comes our runway, so go ahead and start in. Birchwood traffic, 5169 X-ray, base to final, 20 right, stopping go Birchwood. RP Colt, good job. Continue your turn. Power can come back. And go ahead to 20 right, 20 right.
20 right,
yeah,
okay.
Going to the big one. And I'll be doing a lot of talking. Try to keep up. Okay, good picture. Hold that picture for right now. We're doing okie dokie. Good. So, go ahead and start your round out. Look at the other end of the runway. A little more flare, a little more, a little more, a little more. Hold what you got. A little more, a little more, a little more. And there you are. And just keep the stick all the way back. Good. And just steer. Cool. Little bit. There you go. Dance on the rudders. Don't push, dance. Little steers like that. Okay. Good job. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and put the brakes on here. Shoot, if that's the worst you ever do, you'll be just fine, let me tell you.
Okay.
Good job. So we're all set up. Trim set up. Let's go do another one. Let's take off. So okay, stick back. Throttle coming up. All the way up. Sticks come forward. Go ahead and push. Be ready with your right foot. As soon as the tail leaves the ground, it's going to want to go left a little. So go ahead and raise that tail. Raise it. There you go. Good job. Whoa. That's okay. Just pedal. That's good. Just dance on the pedals and you're flying.
Wow. Okay.
Cool. Cool. Good. Let's come around and do one more here.
Okay. I think I was, it wasn't doing immediately what I wanted it to do.
Nope. You got to lead stuff a little. And that's where you dance on the pedals. You put it in and you have some patience. Be ready to take it out. It's easy to say it's not going quick enough and push harder. And then that's too hard. So put in, a little out, in and out. That kind of works. All right. Turn crosswind. Turn now? Yeah, go ahead and turn crosswind. That'll work. We're at 500 feet. This thing, if you wait too long, you've stretched it out halfway to Elmendorf. Or Fort Ridge or someplace. That'll work. Yeah, go ahead and roll out. I always get tickled out here in the winter watching people run their dogs around this lake over here to our left. That little lake. They'll set up a dog track in there. Huh. All right, let's go ahead and turn downwind. Birchwood traffic, Citabria 5169 X-ray, turning right downwind 20 right, stop and go Birchwood. Okay, by golly, we'll do another one.
On 20 right?
20 right. stuff. I like it. Now this one, what we're going to do is we're going to do a full stop, and we're going to get off the runway, taxi back. We're going to play with this thing on the ground just a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so car feed on.
Car feed on. Power back to 17.
Yeah. Whoa, somewhere in there. 15 to 17 works. Yeah, just pull it on back. And looking for about 70. So the nose is coming down. Just keep tracking straight. Now, what I teach, Geoff, is I teach people to kind of look at the runway numbers, and you're looking for an angle to those numbers. Okay, and I'll tell you when it looks about right. See that right there? That's about right. Let's go ahead and turn base. Birchwood traffic, Citabria 5169 X-ray, right base, 20 right, full stop, Birchwood. Good, just a little less power. There you go, and we roll out. We take a look. Now, notice how those numbers look. You can read them, but it's not like you can read them clear.
Right.
And it's not like they're unreadable. Which, if you notice, when we roll out on the glide path, we're going to be just about on the glide path. Notice how the top vassies are just starting to turn pink? Yep. That's a good picture.
I'm still pretty fast.
That's okay. Just pull your throttle all the way back. It'll slow down. Just hold this picture. In a minute, we may even have to add a little power.
We're at 60.
There you go. Just add a little power. Good job. All right, so here we are, playing with the airplane. So the runway is starting to get flatter and fatter, so let's start to round it out. Look at the other end of the runway. A little more flare, a little more, a little more.
Power back.
A little more. Go, what we got? A little more, a little more. Listen to that. Now power all the way back. See how that just kind of rolled on? Okay, good. Stick all the way back. Now, find the brakes with your heels and gently stop. There we are. How about that? Good. Now, go ahead and turn right.
Turn right?
Turn right. Yeah, turn right. Add a little power or you won't get there. Full right rudder. Yeah, right rudder.
Oh, right rudder.
Yeah. Yeah, keep a stick back. There you go. Easy for me to say and you to do, right?
Right.
Good. So let's just drive out over here. And if you look over to your left, you see the Civil Air Patrol Beaver over there?
Yes.
To your left. So we're going to turn left on this taxiway, and we're going to go over there in that area. Because I spotted from the air, there's some maneuvering room. So let's go over here to the left. I'm going to let you play with the airplane a minute. Okay? And then we'll go taxi back, take off.
I needed to anticipate.
Yep.
Start before I need it.
Yep. Start just as you see it, roll into it, and be ready to take it out immediately.
So we're going to go over here?
Yeah, just kind of point it towards the Beaver, nice and slow. Good. Just kind of keep this speed going. Just keep a little power on. Just a little. All right. So we're good and clear right here. So at this speed, find the left heel brake. Okay. Pop the left heel brake on. Look at that. Now add power. Okay, keep that left heel brake just not on, but just moving a little. Let the wheel roll. See how you can pivot this thing around?
Yeah.
Is that cool or what?
That's cool.
Okay, so keep the power on. You're going to love this. So now pop the right one. There we go. Go straight. Pop the right one again. Let it brake loose. There we go. Now we're pivoting. Can't do this in a tricycle gear airplane.
No.
Okay, go ahead and take it out of this. That'll be popping the left brake a little. There we are. Power back. Pretty cool, huh?
That is.
Okay, so that's some good stuff to know. Let's taxi back and take off. So let's turn left and we'll go down this taxiway. It doesn't take many of those to kind of get the feel of how this thing works for you. And while we're here on the ground and you're taxiing, so let's go straight. The yellow line is, in theory, if there was a yellow line, it'd be off to your right over there, so we'll find it. Nice and slow on the taxi, and I'm going to turn on the air conditioner.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool, huh? In more than one way. Okay, so the wind is kind of behind our left shoulder, so it's not real strong. So let's get the stick over here away from the wind.
There you go. Amphib is mid-channel, will be entering the downwind for 20 right, full stop, Birchwood.
Good, and what you'll find with this airplane, in fact, I'll do a little demo here real quick. I've got the stick, I've got the flight controls.
You've got the controls.
So we're taxiing. Now the stick's all the way to the right, correct?
Yes.
Now I'm going to put it to the left. Watch what it does to the airplane's attitude. You'll see a little bit of difference. Even on the ground, it'll rock the wings a little. The wind's not so strong that it's doing it too much, but that's why you do that. Okay, you got the flight controls.
I've got them.
Yeah, if the wind were stronger, you'd see a bigger change. I'm going to put the air conditioner back on until we're ready to take off. So we'll just taxi down here, we'll take off, and we'll go back to Merrill and do a full stop.
Sounds good.
Because I think you will have plenty of sensory overload at that point. Geoff, you're doing great.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your stellar instruction.
Oh, yeah, right. Just like I say to people, I just try hard to do this stuff. Let me know if you need more. Let me know if I'm throwing too much at you at once. I'm a self-critiquing machine. I'll get through tonight and I'll go, okay, what else could I? That's that. Good job. I love taxiing around runways at Alaska, or airports at Alaska, and look at all the airplanes. It's so different than the lower 48. Well, all right, our taxiway is coming up on our right. Our windsock's just not doing much down here. I don't see anybody in the pattern. I don't hear anybody in the pattern. I got one guy on floats over there. He may be on amphibs. I bet he is because he's going to turn. We'll watch him land. So you can turn right up this taxiway and hold short. Birchwood traffic, Citabria 5169 X-ray, holding short 20 right, waiting landing traffic.
Birchwood traffic, Cessna 55 Charlie, on base turn final, 20 right.
Good deal, we'll just stay right here. We'll watch that guy land. Meanwhile, keep us cooler. Now, as much fun as this is to land, when you're in an amphib like that, your center of gravity is so high that crosswinds really do affect you.
I can imagine.
Yeah. It's like landing a grocery cart. Because the way it's free castering front wheels, just like a grocery cart.
Really?
Yeah, they're free castering. You steer with the brakes. So if you strap your airplane to the top of a grocery cart, that's what you're flying. Yeah, good job, bud. He did all right. He's working it. See how he's leaning?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. All right, let's close this up. When he gets, you can go ahead and roll out there. When he gets clear, we'll take off. Alright, so rolling out on the center line. This will give you some steering practice.
Charlie, clear of back.
Birchwood traffic, Citabria 5169 X-ray, taking runway 20 right for takeoff. We'll be departing back to Anchorage, Birchwood. Alright, so here we are, lined up on the runway. The tail wheel's straight. Everything's good. Let's go flying. There you go, wiggling our feet, raising our tail. There you go, nice. That's a good reference attitude right there, very nice. So let's just go let it go fly now. Pull it on up and it'll go fly. It's almost like it just levitates off the ground, doesn't it?
It does.
Nice takeoff.
Thank you.
Very good. Yeah, we'll just climb out to about 2,000 feet on the way back.
Just angle out that way?
Yep, once we get past all these airplanes, we'll go do that.
Cool.
When we get back to Merrill, we'll do a full stop, obviously. That'll work. Alrighty, looks good.
like this.
Oh yeah, and I think you've already figured out the part of nice, steady, coordinated pressures, and it just is a smooth airplane. And later on, if I get one that we can actually do aerobatics in, you'll find that you can do it that almost, you know, it's that coordinated. It just happens real fast because it's bigger pressures, which translates into stick movements. But I don't talk movements. I talk pressures. All right, way cool. Got a little mechanical turbulence. No problem. I am always amazed at how many of these people have horses. I owned a feed and mineral supply business in West Texas for a couple of years. What part? San Angelo. Just, you know, south of the Midland, Abilene area.
Right.
It was a lot of fun. Great people, but it had nothing to do with flying, so I got back in the flying business. But I used to love guys with 5 or 10 acres and 2 or 3 horses. Because you had to feed it, they had to buy every bite those horses ate, and a horse eats a whole lot.
Well, you want to get some AWAS?
Sure, let's get some. 124.25.
Wind 260 at Niner, visibility 10. Dew clouds 6,500, ceiling 8,000, overcast. Temperature 17, dew point 3, altimeter 2982. Landing and departing runway 25, all runways available. Use caution for birds in the vicinity. Anchorage International landing runway 15. Recommend the power line transition to avoid wake turbulence. Notice to airmen. 230-foot crane on 1/4 mile final, runway 25. Again, a 230-foot crane on a 1/4 mile final for runway 25. 285-foot crane, 3/4 mile southwest. 181-foot crane at Providence Hospital. Temporary flight restriction for Colony Glacier area. For more information, contact Kenai Flight Service. Advise on. Initial contact, you have Charlie.
Charlie.
Got it. Do you think everybody's worried about that 293-foot crane on a 1/4 mile center line to run 25? I bet he repeated it twice. John said, and the most important one. It's like, so we will be looking for that bad boy. And of course it's black, so it's hard to see.
So the best climb is 60?
Yeah, and as you can tell, it's not like it's a screaming rocket.
No, it's not.
This is a good altitude wing level here. Now, you'd be amazed, like, today it's coming off the ground pretty decent, you know, we're adding power, and if you think about it, you're being more tentative now with your takeoffs than you will be later, as you should be, so we're taking our time, and it's still coming off the ground at about 1,000 feet, isn't it?
Yeah.
If this airplane was a 7GCAA or a KCAB, same exact airframe, wings, and everything, but had a 150 or 160 horsepower engine, we'd be off the ground at about 450 feet.
Wow.
Maybe 500. Today, with the way you're doing the takeoff. But, you know, the way we're all making this happen. Which, that's actually a fairly high-performing machine if you think about it.
I don't know why I was nervous a while ago.
Because you're a human. If you weren't nervous, I'd be suspect that you were either dead or not a human. Kind of where it is. Yeah, you can go ahead and lean it a little. Save a little.
That good?
Yeah, I think so. Probably. Sounds better than none. That would work good. I like it. This will be interesting when I get home tonight. My wife it should be just about through. She had a thing to go to at Eagle River today. So we're probably going to pass her based on what time it is. going to take, I'm not going to spend too much energy hunting the car. I will notice that airplane right there, though. Good job.
Tower 05, Quebec, runway 25, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, runway 25, 05 Quebec.
Yeah, I can tell you're already much more comfortable in the airplane.
Well, it's an acclimation, and I feel more comfortable, that's for sure.
Yeah. You know, it usually doesn't take very long to really get to where you go. You know, this thing kind of pretty ergonomically correct. it usually fits most people. Sometimes you have to do adjustments with cushions and stuff, but fits like a glove. Fits, you know, it just fits. If you get into a Cub or a Husky, you'll probably find you like them just fine too. The big difference is they're harder to get in and out of, believe it or not, and they're narrower than this is. Yeah, unless you get a wide-bodied Cub, they're narrower than this. But like right now, you got plenty of room between your elbows and the sidewalls. Yeah, the sidewalls, you'd probably be touching them a little in a Cub or a Husky, which is, you know, I'm a lazy old guy. That's why I like instructing in these, because I like the room and the visibility.
So when I'm coming in, because I had to power up a little bit, just pull the power off before it...
Yeah, before you touch down. You notice on that last landing, I said just leave it there.
Yeah.
And, you know, we had a little crosswind here and there and other, but your speed was fine, and what that did was give you a little longer in the landing position. And notice when it rolled on, it just kind of rolled on.
Yeah.
So it was a power-on landing instead of thumping on. And, you know, that's completely legitimate unless you got a really short field. I mean, we had 4,000 feet of runway. We did that, took our time, and still got off on the midfield taxiway. And you did all of that, and you don't know how to fly one of these yet, right?
No.
So imagine how good it can be when you know.
What I do?
Yeah, see where we're headed on this? So yeah, you get lots of options in tailwheel airplanes to start with, but that's just another way to do that. But generally, yeah, you're going to do a 3-point power off right at the end. But I wanted you to leave the power on there just to do it. When we get up here into 2.5, because he's probably going to tell us to report it straight into 2.5, and we'll do that. We'll do a 3-point on 2.5 full stop. We're not in a hurry. I don't care if it takes us the whole runway or if we're able to get off at Foxtrot or whatever, because we're going to own the runway once we're on it. But yeah, just we'll do a 3-point full stop. Oh, there's Bryant. That's good.
I like this because it's more like a Sunday drive, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel like I'm rushed going 110, man.
Oh, you can see stuff. Well, you know, even if you are going fast, quote, in one of these airplanes, because you can get like the GCBs, the KCABs and that stuff will go faster than this. Because it's got the little motor. You still don't feel rushed. You can see so much, you know, it's just a comfortable airplane. Well, I'm going to tell him we're approaching Moose Run, and he's going to tell us to report us straight in for 2.5 or something. Merrill Tower, Citabria 5169 X-ray, approaching Moose Run Golf Course with Charlie, full stop.
5169 X-ray, Merrill Tower, straight in, runway 25, and report Muldoon.
We'll report Muldoon for a straight in 2569 X-ray.
705 Quebec, runway 25, clear touch and go, wind 270 at 8.
Clear touch and go, runway 25, 05 Quebec.
Alright, I like this heading we got. That's going to take us to where the straight in for 2.5 is. I can tell you've flown here before, and that's kind of good.
It ain't my first rodeo,
That's
but
right.
it's my first bull.
That's right, that's okay. It's kind of a steer. Alright, I'll let you go ahead and richen up the mixture, and we can ease down. We're not in a hurry. We can ease down to pattern altitude, just kind of, you know, but the fun part of this is we've been doing normal patterns, and now we're going to do a straight in, so we'll kind of set it up so that we end up on short final at 60 knots, and we don't hit the 293-foot crane. Should I come to the left a little bit? Yeah, just a touch. You're doing fine. I mean, you got the big Baptist church here on Muldoon. If you're to the south of that.
I'm talking when, because I saw that crane and saw some planes coming out.
We'll take a look and see what we need to do. I don't think it's exactly